All right, welcome back. We are now rolling into January, Diego.
buddy.
How was the week for you? We got this big cold front.
Oh,
My hands are frozen. We have a space heater here, just keeping us as warm as possible. But how you been?
no, it was a mixed bag, man. Yes, the cold is depressing and I hate it, but
Ugh.
it's a natural thing, man. I'm a little happy. I was a little scared with those 50-degree days.
Dude, it's been bad.
It's a scary thing to think about, but nonetheless, happy to come back to the new year.
As always.
Ready to talk about some
My-
soccer. Ready to watch
Mis-
some matches.
Mis cuñados, I got to
I
meet
know.
up with. Papa
Jealous
Noel.
of that shirt, man.
Papa Noel brought me my Millonarios kit, and
Yes.
all is good in the world. Thank you to Tio and Tia for my jersey here, and
And
what-
I'll text you for mine.
yes,
Don't worry
perfect.
about it.
You had your chance. You had your chance, and you missed it.
I'll send you guys a message.
All right, so let's hop right into everything. We are up against a little bit of a time crunch here.
Yeah.
We have a game upstairs in about an hour, so let's roll right into things. Premier League action on the weekend. Man City 4, West Ham 1.
Oh.
An own goal from Vladimir Sufal in the 10th minute. A pair of goals from Erling Haaland,
Yeah.
followed by a Phil Foden goal, and then a late goal from Nicholas Füllkrug for West Ham to bring back at least a little bit of respectability. But
Oh man.
but
But
I
like
ha-
we talk about it, it was a must win.
Yeah,
I mean, I
and
guess
I-
they can
I
can
have-
react to
right.
pressure.
I have to ask you now: is Man City back?
Nah, they just reacted once. We'll see.
Well,
We'll see.
you
They still
say-
need Rodri.
You say once. In the last 3 matches since Boxing Day, they have 7 points, a draw, 2 wins. They sit. Let me see where we are. They sit in 6th place, 12 points
Right.
back from Liverpool, but only 2 points back from the final Champions League spot. And we kind of talked about this a little
Yeah.
bit. Despite how poorly they were playing,
They're still
they're
up there.
still in it.
Yeah.
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 Do I think they're going to win the league? Zero
It's hard.
chance.
It's hard. It's hard.
Oh, I shouldn't say
Well,
zero.
no, if we're
never,
talking about
never
them-
say no
Exactly.
chance. to
If we're
Pep
talking
and
about
this
them
squad.
coming back, we're talking about the Man City that was winning the league by, like 5-6
Yeah,
matches
yeah,
before
yeah.
the end. So if that's the case, if they're back like that, they can catch
Yeah.
Liverpool, if anything. But I don't know. We got to see a couple more games. I
I
have
agree.
faith. Haaland looked good. He looked really, really good. Like back into,
Yeah.
the beginning of the season, Haaland rhythm and stuff like that. But just a couple more games. Let's not start praising
Yeah.
them too soon because that's what happens every time we praise somebody.
Right.
So let's not
So
jinx them
you're
right
saying
now.
we're the kiss of death. That's what you're
Eh,
telling
we
me.
jinxed a lot of teams.
So and again, don't look now as bad as they played. Erling Haaland is only 2 goals back of Mo
Yeah,
Salah
I know.
for the Golden Boot in the
Yeah,
league.
absolutely.
Which is wild considering he, again when you create such greatness,
Yes.
and then you're average.
For a little bit.
It's amazing how everyone thinks everything's
That
over,
go-
and then
that
and here we
goes
are.
in every sport, man. When you're great, you get people used to greatness,
Yeah.
and they demand that from
Right.
you every single time. So, hey, I'm happy to see those 2 goals.
As am
Happy
I.
to see. Hopefully it
As am I.
continues.
I think, it obviously creates a lot of interesting and fun news stories.
Yes.
But when the Man Cities and the Man Uniteds of the world are playing well, it
It's all
definitely
okay.
the rising tide, so to speak. All the ships
Absolutely.
have risen.
I've been risen.
So yeah, 7 points from the last 3 matches. Don't look now, but City might
Coming
be coming
up,
back,
coming up.
and we'll see what the January window brings
Yeah.
to them, and what the future of their fixtures, if they can amass more points.
Yeah, no. Well, time will come when we'll see. I mean, of course, they're going to be in European Cups. There's no doubt about
Right.
it. That is a fact. But we'll see how far
We'll
they
see,
can
yeah.
climb back up that hole they put themselves into.
Right. All right. So moving on, later on Saturday, Brighton and Hove Albion in our first unofficial Seagulls on Hudson watch party hosted
Yeah.
Arsenal, a 1-1 draw. Ethan Wanieri for Arsenal kicked off the score in the 16th minute, and a second half penalty for João Pedro drew things level.
Yep.
Brighton had more chances, later on in the match. Arsenal on the heels of yesterday's 2-0 loss to Newcastle as well. Things seem to be looking a little shaky there.
a little scary
so-
though. First of all, shout out to Mike. Man.
Yes.
Thank you
yes.
very
Thank
much.
you, Mike,
all
for
your
all the
people
all the
that
hard
came.
work. We've been actually texting literally, as the
Live.
minutes go by. So we do have some really cool things coming up for all the Brighton fans.
Yes.
Thanks to Mike's hard work, and we are just, being the
Thrill, man.
facilitator for
Yeah,
it. So,
yeah, no. Let's build this community.
right.
Let's
But
go.
so that
But
said,
back to the game,
it was
yes.
overall it was a good result. I thought for Brighton, obviously a home match, you'd like to take all 3 points.
it was-
As up and down as they've been, Arsenal is in second place.
Yeah.
So to get the draw there, I think is a result you'll take.
It was a
Brighton-
respectable
Yeah,
result.
Brighton now sit 10th place on 28 points. But as we've talked about, they're only 8 points out of Champions League spot.
Yeah.
So that mid-table, we've been talking about it week in, week out, and
It's the
nothing
craziest thing
seems to be
right now.
changing with
Oh,
it
no,
either.
no,
It's
no,
just
no.
a huge logjam
Well, I mean,
right
the
in the
results like this is what
Yeah,
changes the whole
exactly.
perspective of the
Right.
situation. You lose 2 points, you drop 2 points. Both of the top teams were dropping points technically to their chasers right now. So, hey, that's the beauty of
middle.
that.
And on the heels of that, speaking of top teams dropping points,
Yes,
we
sir.
had a banger, a classic matchup on Sunday. Liverpool, Man United. For decades, this has been the match to see
To
in
see,
the
yeah.
Premier League calendar. Liverpool 2, Man United 2.
There you
a-
go.
A result out of Ruben Amorim's men at Anfield.
Yeah.
They went up early,
Yeah.
or not early in the second half, I should say. Alessandro Martinez goal in the
Yeah.
52nd, goals from Cody Gakpo and a Mo Salah penalty, and then Amad Diallo in the 80th minute brought
Tied
things
it
level,
up. Yeah.
and they could have won. Harry
They had the
Maguire
chances.
had a chance, and he booted it over. He is a center defender. We'll cut him a little bit of slack, but what a smash and grab that
Yeah.
could have been.
That was a good match. Yeah.
But and again, I honestly I don't think United even gets into European
No.
places this year.
No, they're fighting to stay afloat right now.
But under Amorim, new manager, totally new system,
they look
we might look
good.
back and say, hey, you
Yep.
know what? That match at Liverpool, at Anfield,
Yeah.
that was the turning point.
You're not wrong, though. You are not wrong because
I-
they did look rejuvenated.
Right, and I thought, we talked about it. I thought
Yeah.
maybe April, May is when they would really start to kind of
Click.
play as they should under
True.
Amorim.
Yeah.
And, the jury's still out there. They could, lay an egg the next 3 or 4 matches. Who knows?
No, but these are
Um,
the flashes that you want to see in a
right.
team that is being rebuilt and is being, kind of like reconfigured.
Right,
in a
and you
sense.
go into the proverbial lion's den, going up
Yes.
to Liverpool there.
Yeah. And
Um,
leader crushing everybody,
exactly.
and you get a tie.
to,
that is
to steal that point there.
yeah,
I
that's
think,
a confident booster.
we don't like to talk too much in sport about moral victories, but
Oh, this is a
to
big
get
one.
that point there, to
Huge,
build some
huge
confidence for the
victory.
squad under, like I said, a new management, a lot
Yeah.
of change going on there. Could go a long way.
Oh,
in
absolutely.
that. So
I mean, remember the Bournemouth, what was it? Man City game that
Yeah,
turned around
yep.
the season. Those are the results you want to get. So,
Yeah.
yeah, let's hope for Isabella's sake then you turns the hell around, man.
Yes.
I'm actually rooting for you guys.
United currently sit 13th on 23 points. They are only 7 points above the
Yeah.
relegation
Yeah.
zone. And they are, 23. They are 13 points out of Champions League, 10 points out of a potential Conference League spot.
Yeah.
I don't think that would do them any well. Other than maybe adding a little prize money
Yeah.
into the equation, but.
No, they just need to stay afloat.
I think you're right. Tread water, stay afloat.
That's it for now.
Regroup for next year. Maybe do a
Yeah.
little bit of business in this window.
And get as many positive results
And-
as you
and-
can. And you know what I
exactly.
mean? That's it. That's all
Right
they
now,
need to do for
they
now.
are playing for the 25-26 season,
Exactly.
as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
So-
And it's not about tanking because they want to win games.
Right. Oh yeah, for sure.
They just need to just forget about chasing anything and they start
Just play the
building a
game.
team and
Yep.
play your games.
Play the team across the field from you and
be done
put
with
up
it.
the results.
Yep,
So,
absolutely.
all right. Well, speaking of a team that has a chance at making some European waves,
Let's
cherries
go.
on top. Our AFC Bournemouth hosted Everton on
Yep.
the weekend, and Everton is about as far of the antithesis to the beautiful game as you can get under Sean Dyche. And I give Sean
Yeah,
Dyche credit.
they-
He's
they play
doing
South American
what
sports.
he's doing what he can with what he's got. But AFC Bournemouth came out of an ugly match with a 1-0 victory. They had, I want to say, 60% possession,
Yeah.
which
Okay.
is not common at all for
No,
Bournemouth.
no, it's supposed to be
not
the other way
only
around.
not only are they generally speaking the quote unquote lesser of the two teams, but also they are more of a counterattacking, defensive-minded
Yeah,
team.
absolutely.
So even in games where they are the better team,
They're still
they
handing you the
tend
ball.
to give you possession.
Yep.
David Brooks' volley on the 77th minute was a beautiful finish. Another great assist from Milos Kerkez, the left back.
Yeah.
But maybe more importantly, the Bournemouth defense did not concede a single shot on target all match long.
Jesus.
So,
I did not see that
No,
stat. That's
things
awesome.
are well. Let me put it this way: things were looking great. Bournemouth sits 7th in the table, 3 points out of Champions League. They've been dealt what we thought was a bad blow. Now it is a double bad blow. So 2 days ago, Evan Nielsen had foot surgery on a broken metatarsal, and then it just broke literally an hour ago. Enes Unal in training tore his ACL, so he will likely be done for the year now as well.
Well, those are the blows. Those are the things that you
right.
need to. Bournemouth have players. They
Yep,
they
it's
could try to figure something out.
They
Yeah.
have bodies. The problem is, you don't have the stable of
Yeah,
reserves
no,
that
it's-
the Chelseas, the Arsenals, the Man Cities,
It's
the
a little
Liverpools have.
less.
It
Yeah,
is
the pool is
a
smaller.
much more significant drop off. Do they go into the transfer window? Do they try to get a loan player?
They're
Do
gonna
they
have
make
to.
do with what they
I
have?
think so. No. Especially to replace Evan Nielsen.
Yeah. I thought they
They
needed to go
absolutely
into the
need to.
into the market to replace Evan Nielsen as it was. Now you compound that
Yeah.
with Enes Unal's absence.
I don't know. No, it can be replaced from the inside. Like, you know what I mean? You can rearrange some
Oh
players.
yeah, but it's just a
throw
matter of
Sinisterra in.
now you.
That
Well,
would
you
be-
got
that would be an
Sinisterra
option.
hopefully coming back from injury.
Yeah,
You've
like if he
got,
comes back right now.
Tavernier coming back from injury.
You know,
But those players are more, attacking from the wing kind of
not
players.
recovery players.
Evan Nielsen
Yeah.
and Enes Unal were center of the park, number 9, hold up play type
Yep.
players. I'm hearing that Jebison might be coming back from loan, but he's, in my eyes, he's a championship level player,
Yeah.
not a Premier League player. It will be very interesting. I am hearing reports that Bill Foley is in England still.
Oh, okay.
So,
yeah, no, of course.
maybe the owner is trying to get some business done, feet
Yeah.
on the ground, which, you like to see from an owner.
Well, no, it's like quick reaction and
get-
figure
exactly.
it out
So,
on the spot. Not blame anybody, but
they-
just get it done.
Right, and the ownership group and management group has such a proven track record over the last couple of years now of getting the job done and doing it right,
Yeah.
that we will go with blind faith into whatever decision they wind up making. And you have to.
100% though.
So-
Yeah, no, exactly. I mean, they're in a good place right now. Let's hope that doesn't affect them anonymically. That's
Right.
my thing, you know what I mean? Mentality. And like the team just rallies up around them.
And I-
Sometimes things like that can be a cathartic situation.
Right.
you know?
This can be a make or break point for them. It can
Yeah.
be a rallying cry, next
Yeah.
man up,
I mean,
or
exactly.
it can be an oh shit, this is going down quick.
No, I want to believe that is the previous.
I agree. I agree.
You know what I
You got guys like Kepa in goal.
Yeah.
You got Tyler Adams. You have some what I would refer to as glue guys that
Yeah,
kind of keeps
exactly.
everything together. They did sign a new young left back out of
Okay, yeah.
Argentina from Lanús.
Yes.
Soler, I believe it's his last name. He's a very young, up and coming player.
Yeah.
Obviously, that's not going to help the forward line, but
No, exactly.
it certainly shows that the intent is there to keep
Yeah.
building on.
No, also maybe Evan Nielsen himself is going to set an example. Or he has
Yeah,
set an
yeah.
example of the hustle that is
Right.
necessary. So again, I want to believe it's a rallying cry. I want to believe.
And
it's
for the
gonna
record, they
help.
have not said a timeline on either of these players. Similar injuries, for Evan Nielsen tend to be 10 to 12 weeks, maybe.
That's
So
kind of the rest of the
that
season,
puts you
pretty
to
much.
March, April. So
Yeah.
I would say, for all intents and purposes, both of them are done for the year.
Yeah, absolutely. I
And
want to believe that.
any minute you get out of them is a bonus at the end.
It's a given. Maybe
so-
when they're fighting for spots at the end and come back, who knows?
Well, and
but
the good thing, I mean, obviously, I'm not in tune to how the surgery went, what type
Yeah.
of surgery it was, but the good thing with, a broken bone is once it's healed, you're back. Obviously,
Yes.
you have to get back to match fitness, but it's not a muscle injury a la Tyler Adams,
Absolutely.
where
That it can be
there's a big
yes.
gray area, and
Then you can only
where do
play
you,
this
where do
many
you fall?
minutes, or you can
Exactly.
do so much, and then they're gonna be taken out. No, yeah, exactly.
So,
So, with all being said,
Mm-hmm.
they will be okay. I want to believe they'll be okay. They are getting the results.
Right.
I mean, Evan Nielsen was out already with this last game, wasn't it?
no, he
played
played
that
against
game.
Everton
Oh, okay.
and came off in, I want to say, the 80th minute or so, maybe 75th minute, somewhere in that.
Yeah.
But there was no news broken of he came off because of an injury. We assumed it was just
That
the
it was
fitness
just that,
and
yeah.
making a change. So,
So I mean, we'll see. This is
Yeah.
gonna be a test. This is gonna be a big test, and I have faith that they're gonna get through it.
as do I. So on that very, very optimistic note from our good friend Diego here,
Yep.
we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back with 100 Miles to Home. All right, welcome back to A Soccer Fan Walks Into a Bar. Diego here, I'm Dave. We are here with 100 Miles to Home.
Yep.
We are in our MLS offseason and NWSL offseason. But we do have a little bit of U.S. national team news. Last week it broke that Fulham's own Anthony
Yeah.
Robinson was named U.S. Male Soccer Player of the Year. A great achievement. He is extremely highly regarded within the league and within Europe.
Congrats.
Most pundits have him kind of labeled as the top left back in the
Yeah.
league. Rumors abound of him going to the Liverpools of the world.
Yes.
So great.
I mean,
for
we've
him.
seen it here. We've seen his performances here at the tap room ourselves.
Right,
and
right.
He is a really,
Yeah, I mean,
really good
he
player.
had
Yeah.
both assists. Let me rephrase that. Both assists in the 2-2 draw with Bournemouth.
Yeah.
So it's certainly. I'm just trying to look back now and see, in terms of on the men's side, it's not common for it to go to a defender. So.
Well, of course, skilled players.
Right. Just like the MVP in American sports, it's
Exactly.
Soccer. It's almost always going to be a quarterback.
Yep.
So let's see. I'm just trying to see the last defender. Oh, Tyler Adams won it in 22. I would regard him as a defensive midfielder.
Yep. True.
Weston,
But a true
Weston
defender,
McKinney in
though,
2020.
that's the thing.
2018, Zach Steffen, goalkeeper. 2014, Tim Howard won his second as a goalkeeper. He won it also in 2008. And so our last true defender would be Oguchi Onyewu in 2006.
Yeah.
So plenty of history broken there. That's
Absolutely.
what, 6 and 18 years since
Indeed.
our last true defender won it. So again, congrats to Anthony Robinson.
Yeah. A lot, very much.
And obviously,
And I appreciate it as a defender
Right.
myself, though. Like you said,
and
it's a very
even as a player,
unrecognized
right?
position.
And I played all over the field, but to give one of these guys the credit that
Yeah.
he's always due and never received.
Absolutely.
Well earned. So we will jump right over to what's on tap. We have plenty of cup action this
Yeah.
week, starting in 25 minutes in an EFL Cup semifinal. Liverpool hosting Tottenham. Then we roll into the weekend. Plenty of FA Cup action. We are in the third round, so the
Yes. And there are some good matchups.
there are some very good matchups.
Interesting things to watch.
And this is, for those of you that don't know, the FA Cup is all the way from Premier League teams down to amateur teams
Yeah.
are eligible.
The ultimate equalizer in
Right.
England.
And this round is where the Premier League teams enter. So
Yes.
the FA Cup starts back in August. It might even
And,
be
yeah.
July in qualifying.
Yeah, no,
but-
it's a
but
long
it's
tournament.
a long trudge for these lower level teams. Now is what they call the third round, quote unquote, proper, where the top teams enter the competition.
Yes.
So we will have a split screen doubleheader on Saturday, 10 a.m. Bournemouth host West Brom, who's a
Yeah.
championship level team, and then our first official Seagulls on Hudson watch party.
Seagulls.
Brighton and Hove Albion visit championship level Norwich, which, for those of you that don't know or remember
Championship
some
level,
American history, Josh Sargent has been there. I believe he's still there. I know he was hurt for a while, so I don't know if he has been playing lately, but it is certainly good to see. I love these competitions because it brings you the
Absolutely.
teams that you don't normally get to see, puts them on the stage. You have
And that helps them,
the
yeah.
giant killings. You have all this fun stuff.
Absolutely. Those are the most
Obviously,
exciting
for
things to watch.
Brighton and Mike's hopes, you hope that
That's
Brighton
not
takes
one
it.
of them.
And then right after that, Man City hosting Salford City, which, for those of you that don't know,
That's a
Salford
good one,
City
though.
is a lower level team that was founded or purchased, I believe purchased by, they compete in League Two. So they were purchased by a group of former Manchester United
Oh,
players.
no way.
So in 2014, it was Nicky Butt, Ryan Giggs, the Neville brothers, Gary and Phil,
Oh,
and Paul Scholes,
let's go.
as well as David Beckham, have all
Really?
purchased, into the club.
Oh,
so,
wow.
it's about as close to a Manchester derby as you can get without being
Yes.
City and United. So there will
That is
certainly
awesome.
be an added layer of fun on
Yeah.
that one.
Please, if you're a Neville
Yeah.
fan or any of those people's fans, come over.
And that is
Watch it with us.
That is
We'd
a
love to see it.
12:45 kickoff here in the tap room, and then on Sunday we have probably the crown
Oh,
of the crown jewel of the FA Cup matchups. Arsenal, Man
yeah.
United,
Man United.
Sunday 10 a.m. We'll be here.
See, this is what Man United should worry about
Yeah.
right now. You know what? Let's get our confidence up. Let's get results on this league.
Go on a good cup
Go
run.
on a good. Yes.
And they have
This
some
will
stuff.
be
They
a
have some stuff
situation
going
for
for them.
them.
Obviously, you have the confidence of taking that point at
Yeah.
Anfield.
You
so
already did one.
visit Arsenal, who just lost
Yeah.
2-0 mid. So on top of the loss, they just played midweek, where United had a little bit
You had
longer
a
of a
little
break.
more rest. Absolutely. This is the chance.
So this could be
Yeah.
an opportunity. And I don't think they will, but does Arsenal take their foot off the gas in a cup match when they're trying to chase Liverpool
yes,
in
that's
the
another
league?
instance too.
You have plenty of variables
and
that
a lot of
that
wiggle
might
room
go
to
into
get
it.
this done. Absolutely. I think this is what they chased this year. The rest of this year, they chased
So what do you-
this. They try to get it done.
So who do you think advances
I
now?
will love to see Man United.
I don't care about what you love to see. What will you see? I do believe this.
That is a tough one, though.
I don't believe they do replays. So.
No, the thing is, there is a chip on Arsenal right now. Like it's fresh with Man U.
Yeah.
So they are gonna come in guns blazing. Whether they're gonna take keep their foot on the gas in the league or not, this is personal right now.
Yeah.
They just lost points to them. You know what I mean?
Yep,
Technically. So there is an underlying factor. Again, that's what I said. I would love to see Man U, but Arsenal could
Yeah.
do this.
And so no replays.
No,
I don't
you know what?
believe it
Man
goes.
U's gonna win.
All right, you heard it here
Man U's
first.
got this.
So
Yes, come on, guys.
If you're an Arsenal fan, come on out Sunday and talk smack to
I know. I'm
Diego.
sorry, Aaron. My bad, bro. But my kid loves Man U.
We gotta get Aaron out here. I haven't seen him for an Arsenal
Yes.
match in a while. So.
Absolutely.
All right, so that's gonna do it for our schedule. A couple little news and notes. One for the road.
Nah, I'm good right now.
You're good.
We
All right.
talked
So
about it,
so the for me
I like what you have.
the
We talked about
Barcelona
that.
saga continues.
Yeah.
Danny Olmo and Pau Victor have been granted temporary registration for the year or for the time
For
being,
the time being, yeah, until the
while
season.
investigations are done to see what is going on. And as I say that, I just go to the Spanish league stuff, and Barcelona happens to be leading Bilbao 1-0 in the Supercopa. So where are we with this temporary registration? So the top sports courts are continuing to analyze Barcelona's case against La Liga and the Spanish Football Federation. So the Spanish Court of Sport has ruled that both players should be available until a definitive ruling is made. So basically, a stay of execution, for these two players.
Listen, if I'm Barcelona, I'm taking that shit and running for now.
You have to.
Absolutely,
at this
man.
point,
Come on.
take the Man City court case
Yeah.
methodology and just
Yeah,
delay,
let it ride.
and hopefully no decision is made until June, and you just
And then we're good. Let's go.
and then
Move on to
you're
the
good,
next
and-
year.
Yeah. I
But
mean,
that is so true. There is nothing else they can do. There is
Right.
no other options. It's not like they got money, or it's not like they can even say whatever, let them go because they're key parts in their team.
Yeah.
It's just, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. They're gonna write it. That's how business works. It's not in a permanent state of execution.
I can't imagine how a club like Barcelona gets to a point where they're so poorly run now like this that
Welcome to our world, brother.
it's
Corruption and greed, my friend. But nonetheless, the team itself is doing well. They're winning. I love them. All those kids are rocking Barcelona's world right now in the Liga.
Barcelona right now is third place.
They're doing their thing.
5 points back from Real Madrid.
Yeah.
3 points back from Atleti.
And-
Atleti does have a game in hand, so they're
Yeah.
one short. So they could actually overtake Real Madrid, if they win that
Yep.
game in hand.
No.
Um,
I mean, they did blow out, okay, I am talking about them winning, but they did blow out and they put the 18-point league on the standings, though.
yeah.
In the past, seven matches. But that was the drama of the case.
Right.
It wasn't anything else but that. So they are doing
And they
right.
do sit in second place overall in Champions League.
They're
So
good,
you know
they're good,
they are
they're
doing
exciting.
quite well. But it's
This is the
certainly-
next Netflix, bro.
It's in
That's all
spite
that's
of their
happening.
own ownership
Oh,
and
yeah, yeah.
management to
Netflix
get there.
Latino is coming out, bro. I'll let you know
Listen,
when it comes out.
it's
It is perfect,
it will
man.
it'll make for great TV.
Super great
And
TV. This is amazing, dude.
The
Like
one
you said,
the-
the saga.
and who I want to hear from, it has nothing to do with Barcelona. I want to hear Flo Perez, the
Yes.
Real Madrid president.
Yes, let's
I
go.
want to hear what he thinks of all this. But that will do it for us. We got to jump upstairs for
Yes,
EFL
let's-
Cup action. So thank you guys again.
yeah.
Give us a like, follow, email, whatever you want. We're on Instagram, Facebook, Blue Sky. We're on X a little bit still. We're
Oh,
doing
really?
everything. We are starting up and opening up a Discord now. For you guys to we
Yes.
can all chat
Come
together.
on, start getting on
whether
that one,
it's-
though. That's
whether
the
it's,
one.
you
That's the
know,
one we got to build up.
in-game,
Yeah.
chat back and forth, whether it's, events that we have going on, whether it's, guys that want to just, obviously this is for hyper-local, but if you guys want to, get together and play pickup,
Let's do it.
that's an avenue for
Exactly.
it.
Let's
So-
get that Discord going.
so look
Nike
for CDU,
and everybody.
Right, look for CDU Newberg on the Discord as well as all of our other socials.
Yep.
If you have any watch party requests, reach out. If you want to start your own supporters club for your team, reach out. If you like the podcast, reach out and tell your friends. If you don't like the podcast, reach out and still tell your friends.
Yes,
So,
absolutely.
we're trying to grow this for you guys. Diego and I don't take a penny out of anything right now. We are just doing this for the love of the
Yep.
game. Joga bonito.
Amen.
And we will see you next week, guys. Thank
God
you.
bless you
and
all.
Take care.
Cheers.